Once upon a time there was a young boy named Billy who lived in a small village at the edge of a deep, dark forest. One sunny afternoon, Billy decided to go exploring in the woods. At first, he stuck to the well-worn path that led from the village into the forest. As Billy walked along the path, he listened to the birds chirping and watched squirrels scampering up the trees. After some time, the path came to an end at a small clearing. Billy looked around and saw 3 other smaller trails leading off into different parts of the forest. Feeling adventurous, Billy chose the smallest, most overgrown trail to follow. The trail Billy picked was very narrow and winding. The trees and bushes grew so thick overhead that barely any sunlight could get through. Strange noises echoed through the forest, such as creaking trees and distant animal calls. Billy felt a chill run down his spine, but he ignored his nervousness and kept walking. After what felt like hours of hiking along the spooky trail, Billy came to another fork in the path. Unsure of which way to go, he chose the wider of the 2 trails, hoping it would lead him back home. But the trail only became more twisted and overgrown. Strange vines hung down from the trees, and bizarre mushrooms grew up from the shady forest floor. Billy was starting to regret wandering so deep into the woods alone. He missed the sunny, open path he had started on. But every time he came to a split in the trail, he seemed to only get more lost. The forest was like a maze closing in around him. Strange sounds echoed all around, sending shivers down Billy's spine. Just as Billy was starting to lose hope, he turned a corner on the trail and stumbled into a sunlit grove. He blinked in the sudden bright light. Exotic flowers and plants grew all around the grove. In the center was a sparkling pond filled with lily pads. And sitting on one of the lily pads was a tiny glowing fairy. Billy couldn't believe his eyes. The fairy had long, flowing hair, translucent wings, and a shimmering glow about her. When she saw Billy, she leapt up from her lily pad and flitted over to him in a trail of light. "Hello there," she said in a high, musical voice. "I'm Serena the Forest Fairy. Are you lost?" Billy explained how he had wandered off the main path and gotten all turned around in the woods. "I've been trying to find my way home for hours," he said. "Can you help me?" "Of course," said Serena. "Just follow me." She flitted back over the pond and Billy followed close behind. To his amazement, any time they reached a fork in the trail, Serena would wave her hand and make a glowing trail appear on the ground, showing which way to go. Following Serena's magical trail, Billy walked for what felt like miles, deeper and deeper into the woods. Strange trees with glowing fruits lit the way, and curious woodland creatures watched from the bushes. At last, the trail led to the mouth of an enormous, moss-covered stone cave. "This is the heart of the woods," Serena explained, her voice echoing eerily off the cave walls. "Passing through here will lead you back home." Then, with a wink, she flitted away into the woods, leaving Billy alone. Swallowing his nerves, Billy walked into the cave's gloomy mouth. Inside, everything was pitch black. Billy felt along the walls, stumbling over rocks and deep puddles. Strange echoes followed him as he walked. Just as Billy was ready to give up, he saw a light up ahead. He moved toward it and found himself back on the sunny forest path he had started on. The familiar trees and sounds of the woods surrounded him. Billy laughed with relief. He couldn't wait to tell his family about his adventures with the fairy. Following the path, Billy soon arrived back at his village. His parents were relieved to see him safe. That night, as he fell asleep, Billy dreamed of the glowing fairy and the enchanted forest, hoping he might find his way back there someday. But those woods would always hold a magical secret for him now.